not hit record at all. It's fine. Nothing. For once, like, this is one where, like, it was 6 minutes of nothing. So, I'm alright with that. Usually, like, when I miss them and it's, like, 6 minutes in, I'm talking about something serious, but I actually didn't. I was just, like, looking at stuff. And just checking stuff, so. Yay. But once it happened. I also, like, Gura's Trey on Twitter, and it's just, like, okay, now people are trying to freaking view him. That's great. That's cool. Yeah, because I guess people are like looking at like Pokemon, like Pokemon said something, I think it was about like it's harder for female streamers to grow, like something like that. Forget what. But then like people just brought Gura and like VTubers, specifically Gura. And then there was like a chart made, which is the classic internet like, oh yeah, no, let's bring someone down while bringing the other person up thing. So there was a freaking like, I forget what the chart is called, but there is on the left side and it says cute, funny, which it's like, alright. And then like the Pokemon one was, shows her butt for attention, not funny, which is like, cool. Just bring them down, yep, great. But then the third point, which is Gura is under not woke. Pokemon's under woke. And it's like, ah, yeah, screw you, woman who wants rights. Like, I don't think anything that like Pokemon says like unreasonable. Like that's insane. Just because like, oh yeah, woman wants rights. Yeah, screw you. It's like, what are we doing, dude? Come on. And yeah, apparently like someone just like, oh yeah, let me just straight up like post a random person, like random picture of a person. That's very cool. Yeah. I just don't understand the whole tribalism thing, dude. It never makes sense. Like, I don't get it. I do agree with the person that said I like her, but for love of God, shut up. It's like, yeah. Like, it's stupid. You know, people can, like, you know, like, people can be successful. You know, you can still, like, appreciate what makes the person popular. Like, I don't... I don't get it. I really don't. It's so weird. Yeah, like, and the thing is now people are just like going at it with Gura and Pokemon. It's like, can we just not? Like, seriously, dude. What are we doing? It's so stupid. Why are we devolving into like all of this. I don't get it. We're going into like how girls look and stuff, and it's like, dude, can we just not? This conversation is pointless. What are we doing? I didn't even realize it like escalated like that, but like it's so stupid. Yeah, let me just dox a person that by the way, their contract would be terminated if their like face is leaked, I'm pretty sure. Or at least like mainstream, because obviously a lot of them have their faces now, because apparently you can just type in their name and then bam, that's what they look like. I still don't get that. Like, I think part of them being a VTuber, so like they can still be like live a private life and, you know, not their face not to be known. So you're just blatantly like disrespecting them by doing it. Like it's dumb. Like, also, why does it matter what they look like anyway? It's really stupid. Because, like, I guess maybe with, like, the ones that don't have, like, something, right? Like, I guess I could understand a little more because you have nothing to go off, maybe other than, like, a picture. But, like, with VTubers, you literally have something to, like, associate them with, like a face. So I don't understand even then why you would care what they look like. Because you can just envision their character playing the thing, right? You don't have to envision the real person playing it. Like, I don't get it. Like, eh. It's just so weird, dude. All of it. What is, like... I got 4.3 million impressions, too. That's insane. That's crazy. Like, god dang. Ugh. I'm just losing my mind out of all this. Blech. Oh yes, radical ideologies like inclusivity or social justice. Radical. That's crazy. Oh, see, that was entirely their whole reasoning as well with the, like, not woke, is because Pokemon has actually said social justice stuff, but Gura hasn't. Like, yeah, this whole chart, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's so weird, like, and now people are saying it's like Sims. Because, like, yeah, it's insane. The whole, like, era thing, I'm losing my mind at it. It's like, why can't we just be normal? Why are we, like, going at, like, two women who are just kind of minding their own business? And, like, I was right that, like, people are just mad at Pokemon because just like, hey, women's rights. Sick, dude. Awesome. What a radical ideology, dude. Just, like, inclusivity, man. So radical. It's so stupid, dude. It's so dumb. I just don't get it. Like, the thing is, like, I think both those people, like, the dude he was responding to, and also that, it was like, well, I think it's mainly the dude he was responding to, but, like, it's so dumb. Ah, yes, such radical ideologies such as inclusivity and social justice. What radical takes, dude. Oh my god, dude. Twitter's a hellscape. Dude, I think if Bernie just won in 2016, these people just would not exist. Or they would still be on, like, 4chan or something, right? Like, we would not be in this situation right now. But unfortunately, Bernie did not win. So we're left with this timeline. This absolute mess of a timeline. It's just like, oh my god, dude. And, like, yeah, I know it's a small minority. Like, this has a few thousand posts on it, right? Like, this is a whole thing. Like, it's actually crazy how that original post had, like, 4 million. Like, it does make it crazy, right? How that original post had 4 million, but there's only, like, 6,000 posts trending. Like, that's actually surprising. I'm sure some of that was from, like, the day before. And so, like, I'm actually surprised. It's, like, the least interacted with, like, 4.2 million in, like, looked at thing, right? It's insane, dude. Absolutely insane. Like, yeah, why are you caring about what the person looks like when they're a VTuber? Nobody cares. No one cares what they actually look like. Because, like, the thing that started that was, like, that one person is like, oh, they're ugly. It's like, they're a VTuber. It doesn't matter. Also, why are you watching a person based on how good they look? Like, how attractive they are? That's stupid. Like, watch the person if you enjoy their content, not if you're, like, freaking attracted to them. It's so stupid. Like, you want to goon to them. Like, no. And the thing is, like, even though people will say that, like, that's what people watch VTubers do, that's not the case. Well, weren't, like, 2 Holo members say that they're actually, like, okay with you gooning to them? I'm pretty sure they were, right? I think it was like Maureen and like someone else. They said that. I forget. I'm pretty sure it was another Hollow member though. But yeah, like it's so stupid. Yeah, it also had like 4 million, like I forget what the thing is called. I'm just gonna go to YouTube Studio because then I'll know. What was it called again? Not much time. Impressions. There it is. Impressions. It has 4 million impressions, right? Which means it just showed it to 4 million people and it had like 1,000 likes. Meanwhile, my post about Aki that for hitting 1 million, it had 7.1 thousand and only 150,000 people saw it. Not even. So yeah. But yeah, like honestly, I looked at that Gura trending thing yesterday because like, oh, it's probably just like fan art and stuff for Gura again. It's like, nope. It wasn't. It was whatever this nonsense has been. And again, it's like the internet classic of we're gonna bring this person down and raise this one up. Like, they can't both be good, right? You gotta freaking bring one down so you can bring the other one up. Like, it's stupid. Why are we comparing? Stop with the comparison stuff. It's stupid. It's so dumb. Now we're looking at people by like how they look. It's like, that's not why we watch these people. What are we doing? That's why you're watching someone. You should stop watching them. Especially since I'm sure with like Pokimane, that's not what she wants her audience to be. She wants her audience to be people who actually like her. Like her content, not just because they like how she looks. You know? Like, it's stupid. Like, yeah, I haven't seen Pokimane in like a while, but it's just like, I'm sure she's like fairly normal. And I'm sure the people who like with Pokimane, they're like, oh, she shows her butt. It's like, that's like Amaranth, I think. That's not Pokimane. So like, yeah. Also, there's like some VTubers that are like that anyway. Like, basically. I feel like you can't use that like against a VTuber. Like, against Gura, I guess, but like, not against, like, if you take the standard indie VTuber, I don't think you can use that. You could use that argument. There is so much fan service in like indies, right? And like even a lot of the VTubers were like complaining about like Twitch TOS stuff because it was like messing with them. So I feel like when you're like, oh, she shows her butt for the camera, it's like, dude, VTubers, it's not that different. It really isn't. And like, that's why I hate this kind of stuff too, is like, these comparison stuff, like, you can just apply it to the other person as well. It's not like a burn to the one person. So you just end up having this back and forth that just goes on endlessly. That gets nothing done. Like, you know what the sane thing would be is just like, oh yeah, no, they're both like, or, you know, taking what Pokimane said and like maybe like thinking about it. Instead of just be like, but Gura though. And just stopping there and just like insulting her. Which is something the internet is real good at, of just like insulting someone. Even if they have a good point too, they'll just say, are you stupid? And then like, because that's the thing. And I think I said it like on a tweet a while ago. It was like when I was in like a comment string, I broke it up. But like, well, not really broke it up, but just like, I tried a little bit. But like, if you just like throw an insult, they're not gonna listen to what you're saying, even if it's a good point. especially on the internet when like there's like really only emojis. And I'm someone who just doesn't like using emojis. Like I just don't. So like you need a dot, like have that in your head, sure, if you want to be like, oh, is this guy stupid, like think that, but don't write it out. You know, like just write out your point and move on. Don't put in, are you stupid? They're not gonna listen to you. You just completely like, they're gonna latch onto the insult, or like they're gonna think you're like passive aggressive, all this other stuff. They're not gonna think you're actually trying to help them and have a good point. I think you're being aggressive and all this other stuff because you said, are you stupid? So then like, yeah, it's not great. Like what are we on about, dude? It's stupid. God, I hate everything. Like, I think the internet is also like another big reason of like why Europe has moved as far as it has as well, is because like America, I think, dominates like internet culture, at least in the West. It dominates like internet culture in like I guess in like our general branch of language. So like, yeah, a lot of the freaking idiots from our country just like get plastered, like, and especially with how the social medias are, they get plastered front and center. So then other people will see this stuff and then also get radicalized by it. And that's how it is. Oh yeah, also like there's literally music videos where like we're given ass shots. Like Kiara and Iris both have music videos where they show their ass. Or like the camera shows it. Like, you can't use that as an argument. I guess unless you just watch Gura and like that's it. But like, if you're a VTuber fan, you can't turn around and be like, oh yeah, Pokemon shows her butt, but then go to VTubers and then be like, oh, they don't do that. Because like, there's even music videos where they show their ass, dude. What are you talking about? Like, you can't use that. Like, hang on. Which Kiara song was it? It was, actually 2 Kiara songs, right? Hang on. Yeah, hang on. Let me just, yeah, I'm be honest, this seems like showing her ass to me. You know? Like, if we're being honest, this looks like an ass shot. So like, you can't do that, and also Chimera, also we do that. Now this one was unintentional. Well, I think in the music video it was, but like it being like a thing you could just click on. I love how this is the most replayed. But like, that's another thing too, it's the most replayed thing. You can't just be like, oh yeah, no, she shows her ass, but like VTubers don't. Like, no, you can't do that. And then also if we go to a Carbonate Love has that. Freaking Twilight does. We go to Carbonate Love, right? Okay. Also, I'm gonna delete this. There it is. Yep, right there. There's an ass shot. Now I think it's the only one, but like that's also an ass shot. You can't, as a VTuber fan, like be like, oh, they're showing their ass. No, you can't do that. Because this is here. And you can notice a bump when it shows her ass. Like, you can't use it shows her ass as a gotcha. You can't. As an own. It's why comparing people is so stupid. And doing stuff like that and this tribalism is so dumb. Because it's just like, boom, off the top of my head, I can name like 3 examples, right, of VTubers showing their ass. It's so stupid. You're just mad because a woman wants equal rights for women. You even put in your tweet the radical ideologies of inclusivity and social justice. Like, dude, what are you on about? It's so stupid. Like, if anything, I'd wish I'd joined cover just so I could just speak common sense to people who really need it. Although I think like most of the Holo community is like pretty cool and like pretty chill. Cause like I think yeah, any sane Holo fan would like also point to those that I just did, right? And be like, yeah, no, they do that. And I'm sure there's other examples too. If you even do like half the stuff that some of the talents talk about, Marin, Okayu, Matsuri, like I can name 3 off the top of my head already. Ollie's another one. Like, it's so stupid. Like, you can't use shows their ass unless you're like only a Gura fan, I guess. And even then, it's still stupid. It's still very dumb. Because I feel like you're also implying with that like the rest of the VTubing communities like it. And it's like, no, that's not the case. They also do that. So like, no. Oh yeah, Okayu did in the freaking rock paper scissors tournament, and then Marin literally jiggled her boobs. Like, you just can't. You can't use that argument. You just can't. And also, guess what? Marin's the second most sub to VTuber. You definitely can't use that. And Okayu is like 12th. You can't use that. Well, 12th in Hololive, I think total. I mean, it's probably not much different because I think it's like mainly Filian. It's like the only one past them, but like it's so stupid. Like, oh wait, no, this doesn't include all of them. Then you see, Okayu 17th. Okay. Like, it's just so dumb. But I will say also, there's people saying like PFLs watch Gura and stuff, like that nonsense, that's also stupid. It's like, that's the thing, people just aren't acting sane because they're like, I feel like they're on like the complete like full on one side or the other, and it's just like they're just making insane points, dude. And you need to get to the middle there, buddy. You need to stretch it to the middle. You need to bring it in a little bit. You can't be on like full on these sides, right? Like, no. You can't do that. Like, God, dude. It's so dumb. That was my whole thing on that. Like, I think this was mainly for like the Gura supporters, just a chance to hate on Pokimane, and then yeah, for like the Pokimane supporters, a chance to hate on VTubers. That's all this was. There's nothing civil about it. People just brought, like, one person brought up like Gura, right? And then it just became, oh, let's hate on Pokimane, let's hate on Gura, or VTubers in general, right? That's just what it devolved into. So that's awesome. It's great. Boy. You know. And then people wonder why I want empathy to be taught in schools. Or just like, you know, being a normal person. Like, it's insane. I was gonna do a whole thing with the algorithm too. Yeah, apparently the girl stuff escalated, which is crazy. Like, I don't even want to call either side like simps, dude, because I'm sure like the average Pokemon fan likes Pokemon for our content, and it's the same for VTubers. The average VTuber fan likes the VTubers for their content, so it's like there's no point in being like there's always simp thing. Like, it's stupid. It's really dumb. I guess I can do another like dumb Twitter thing. Was like a few days ago, I think it was Friday actually, like right after I got off streaming, there was recast Eggman because Scott or Mike Pollock, sorry, was it Mike? Yeah, it was Mike Pollock. He was just basically like both sides in a genocide, which it's like, yeah, that's not great, and also just acting like a freaking like weirdo to like a minor. Like, it was just weird. Like, I mean, it just seems like he's an arrogant douchebag is what it is. But yeah, someone posted this, that he got harassed over stupid shit, and I had to say, like, what he's getting called for is well warranted, and reducing several thousand people being massacred by an apartheid regime as stupid shit is beyond insane to me. Like, that is insane behavior. You need to be checked out. Because like that is insane. You or just like, you know, listen to like any Middle Eastern person, right? Any Middle Eastern media person who's been checking, like, following this for the last like 10 years and knows the history of this, you know, and you'd understand, like, and you'd know what's going on, right? You do realize that October 7th, 2023 was not an isolated thing, right? There were so many things that led up to that. That was not just an isolated incident. You can't just only look at that in a vacuum and be like, yep, that's the only thing that happened. Or also look at that and be like, that justified killing over 40,000 people and destroying them completely and doing ethnic cleansing. Like, no. They kidnapped like 20 people. Like, that does not justify murdering 40,000 of them, over 40,000. Like, I think it's actually in like the 6 figures now. How many people died? Like, no, no. You can't justify that. Like, that is a wrong opinion. Sure, people can have their opinions. That's just a wrong opinion. That's an immoral opinion. It's insane. Yeah, I just also wanted to talk about that. I think I was like, oh, I'll talk about this on like Sunday or something, and I forgot. Or this is Sunday. What was it then? Oh, it was Wednesday it happened. It was after Wednesday stream, so it was Friday. I was like, oh, I might talk about that. Yeah, because I knew there was like a stream in between that I didn't talk about it. It's like confused. I was like, yeah, no, it was Wednesday. Got it. Yeah, no, like, people on the internet just can't be normal. It's crazy. Like, it's just insane. Because yeah, I think what Pokemon just brought up was just like, it's harder as a female streamer to grow. It was mainly what it was. Like, yeah, it's so dumb. So I want to get the actual story and not just whatever people are talking about. Yeah, there aren't many huge female streamers, at least not in Kai and Speed's level. Which, I mean, she's right. I don't know why she got crapped on for that, because she's right. The streaming seems becoming more male dominated. I say on the stream level or just like viewer wise? I don't know with in that regard. I guess because yeah, there's not big streamers, but like people were bringing up Gura and like yeah, no, I still don't think they necessarily are. I mean, maybe in their view counts. Like I know they are the biggest female streamers, right? Like Hololive is. But I think Speed still gets like. Also, like, also, yeah, literally what she just said was that there's not that many huge female streamers on their level. And then people took it as like, oh, they're crapping on male streamers. Like what? she just said like, and I mean yeah, these posts have like no likes, so I think it's just like weirdos, right? Like a sane person is not actually thinking this, but like it's insane. I did say that they got I still don't like really like I don't think she was trying to crap on male streamers. She was just like there isn't that many like as many big female streamers. But then people just, you know, wanted to crap on them. And, you know, just like be as aggressive as possible, which I still don't get.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and YouTube Music Premium. Try 1 month free.
Like, it's so stupid. It's like, yeah, that's even like the headline, which I assume people just read, right? Because I don't even know like where that article, like it just said like, oh yeah, no, it's becoming more male dominated, but like that was the article itself saying that. It didn't show any proof of her actually saying that. Maybe she did, but like they quoted like a blurb, right, of like, yeah, there's like Kai and Speed, like yeah, they're really big, right? But like they just with the other one like, oh yeah, by the way, she said this, and then like didn't say anything about what she actually said. Like I'm just so confused by that. And also how people just took it as like, oh yeah, no, she's crapping on male streamers. Like no, if anything, she was giving props because they're like, yeah, no, they're really big. You know, like she's not crapping on them. It's really stupid. Yeah, I think like any sane VTuber fan, like with that one chart that said like, oh yeah, no, Pokemon shows her ass. Like, you can just point to those specifically, and then even like I mean, literally, Ollie and Rihanna. Literally, I recently saw a clip of those two talking about how big of perverts they are. Like, dude, like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, no, they aren't like that at all. Like, cause they are. And I mean, yeah, I think that's also why there's some weirdos that are VTuber fans. It's like, my god, man. I just really want to teach critical thinking because it's just insane. How like an article that just said like, oh yeah, no, like, it's just, you know, there's no way on like Kanye speed level. And she also said many. Like, so she'll probably like recognize that there are some, right? Because she just said there aren't many. You know? And like, yeah, I think outside of Hololive, I think she is actually kind of correct. And like, also, you're talking about like Japan too. Like, that's JP that is like top streamer and getting those numbers. I'm not sure about EN, because I think EN in that space gets a lot less. But I think with JP, yeah, they hit those numbers, but like, because another thing too, like Pokemon could be like talking about like the Western audience too, or just like on Twitch in general. Right? Or maybe didn't even like think about YouTube. Like, that's another thing too, and why it's so stupid just to like go off of a headline too, is like you gotta look into it more. Because there's still so many possibilities. It could be like, it's the same thing about like when people are getting mad at like Hololive initially when like Fauna was leaving and all that. And like there was all this like extra stuff that just like was confirmed to not be true, right? But people would still like go with that narrative anyway, and it's like, dude, they already proved it doesn't happen. And like you're going off of like, and you're making up these like stories of something that happened when you have like 10% probably of like what of the full story, right? And you're making up a narrative and being married to it, like without looking at it. And like even then with this, like you can actually go and see with this one see the context. But again, I will say, like, it got completely out of control, and like that's so stupid. Like what that one person did, she's like, "Oh yeah, no, this is like," I don't think it is true. Like that's what her face was, but it's just like, even still, like, why? They literally don't want their face to be known. And yeah, I think that one guy just only watches Pokemon for her looks, but again, I'm sure like the average Pokemon viewer like actually likes her content. They like her personality. And like they brought it up with VTubers too, like, oh, I don't think she realized like they like their personality. It's like, I'm sure the people watch Pokemon for her personality too. Again, you can't use that. Sure, it may be less people, but like I'm sure people still like her for her personality. I think it's just because like it's been a narrative now that like, oh, she's like all good looks. It's the same thing with Hassan, dude. People have gone on this narrative that like people only watch Hassan because he's good looking. Like, I feel like it's a similar thing. Like how much is that even true now, right, with Pokemon? Because yeah, I'm sure some of them are, but I'm sure also there's as many people also who watch him for her personality. Like that's also true. It's like, I hate people using these as like owns. It's just like, I just don't think it's true. It's really stupid. Like, yeah, her VODs get insane freaking like views. Well, apparently she also had to tweet out because she interacted with a dude. To be like, yeah, no, I'm not dating the person. It's another thing. Yeah, I guess they were right, huh, with the freaking like idol culture, like not having them collab with men, because yeah, people really do think that, huh? Like, god dang. I guess people have never heard of like platonic relationships. It's insane. Because like, yeah, I thought that, but that was when I was like 13, dude, and I didn't grasp the understanding of like platonic relationships, or like, you know, my sex drive was really going crazy. You know, like, it's insane. Like, it's so funny too, because I feel like people are gonna be like, oh, he's both sides, and it's like, yeah, that's what you should do. It's like what the sane person, like, a sane person will just be like, all right. Like, that's the thing also with what Pokemon said, it's just like, all right. Like, there's nothing really to like comment about it. Like, people are bringing up like VTubers and all that and just like crapping on her, and it's just like, dude, it's such like a nothing statement. And also, again, if she's looking in the sphere of Twitch, right, I'm pretty sure she is right. If you look at, like, because Kai gets like 100,000 views, right? I don't know about Speed because I never get like recommended. He's never shows up on the recommend channel, but Kai has a few times, and like Kai gets like 100,000 views, like viewers a stream. And like, yeah, no VTubers hitting that. Like maybe Iron Mouse. Somehow I like have never gotten Iron Mouse on my like on the live channels on the side, which is weird. But like, yeah, I just don't get it. I want followed Iron Mouse just so I have that, so I can see the viewers. Like, yeah, if you look at the other V Shoujo girls that she right now, Giga 3.9 thousand, Chibi, well, Chibi's not V Shoujo, but Chibi's a big VTuber, 3.7 thousand, Amelie 3.5 thousand, right? Let me just go to the VTuber section itself, right? Like, let me just see that. Games, because there's eventually it'll show up a VTubing section. Eventually, you gotta scroll down a little bit. There it is. Let me organize. Can I organize by most viewers? Doesn't seem like it. Cool. Thanks, Twitch. Awesome. Matara has 3K. Cerber has 1.6. Henya has 4.3. Tom has 372. Nice job, Tom. 1.9. Like, yeah, if you're going on the sphere of Twitch, right? Like, she is correct. But, like, even if she says, like, not many, I think she is still saying YouTube. And, yeah, it's like the JP ones. I think even, like, the EN ones don't get that much. Because anybody streaming... I think the Discord actually is pretty good on, like, people streaming. Because isn't there a thing that goes off their streaming? Oh, no, that's just the collabs. Like, they show the freaking, like, Oshi mark or whatever. Yeah, I don't think actually it tells them they're streaming. But, like, I'll just see if I can find one of their... See if one of them's streaming. Riona has 6.4 thousand. Like, that's the thing. Even Riona has more than like all of the Twitch VTubers. Riona has more, and she's the least sub to Hololive member, which is crazy. I really should just sub to all of them. It's just like, I think even when I look at channels, though, they don't all pop up, which is annoying. Yeah, let me just do this just so like I can just know when they're streaming. That'll be helpful. Actually, I think it pretty much only has the ones that are in English now I'm looking at it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I actually need, I think, the JP or the kanji, whatever, right, to see the other ones. Why did it show up 2 times in a row? All right. Alright, yeah, I think there's clip channels. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Yeah, I think it's all of the ENID, unless one of them just didn't recommend to me. But yeah, okay, so Bay is 5,000. I guess Bijou is 14,000. Kala seemed like she got like around 20,000. Like they're still getting smaller numbers, at least in the EN sphere. But Bijou is like a smaller one, right? So I could definitely see like Gura hitting those numbers. Like, when was the last time Gura streamed? It feels like it's been a minute. Yeah, it was the Raura one. It's hard to tell though, because it was a week ago, right? And like, yeah, that's a 200,000. So I think I'd have to see her streaming. I think. Well, I think there's also like Hololive members by concurrent viewers, probably be the best way to do it. Current viewership. Highest number of concurrent viewers in June 2024. Yeah, it's been a minute since those have happened. This is the same person. Just what's this by? What's this number? I assume it's by 1,000, right? Because it has 4 numbers listed, right? 9.400, but it doesn't say what it was. Did it say at the intro, maybe? If any numbers not displayed, their data equals 0, reflects extremely small numbers. I'm assuming this is 1,000 then? Yeah, it's the highest number of concurrent viewers in January, like this month. Is this like at their highest stream though? It seems like it is, because they show like 1 stream with it. Yeah, I really want to focus on like the EN sphere. Yeah, like yeah, Shores was high because it was an outfit reveal. Yeah, like I think Advents are gonna be, and Justice, yeah, because they also had the New Year ones. It's like yeah, I think their outfit reveal was gonna be insane. I'm surprised Bijou and Nerissa had more than Fuamokos. Maybe because Bijou's was like so crazy. Okay, Gura had 86,000 her outfit reveal. Yeah, and Fauna our last stream. I don't feel like that really counts, but I assume Chloe is gonna be the same way. Yeah. It's like yeah, Fauna obviously hit that number, but that was because she was leaving. But yeah, Gura was kind of close with her outfit reveal, but I assume that was like a little higher because it's an outfit reveal. I wish they didn't count outfit reveals. Because I think this is like the highest they had in one stream, right? I think this is what they're looking at with that. And yeah, I think Gura's would actually probably be a little bit lower. But yeah, if you're looking just at the EN sphere, Gura's like the only one actually that kind of hits. Because yeah, Bijou had the second highest of EN. It was an outfit reveal, but it was 69,000. Now she has 15,000. I'm sure Fuamoko probably has the most. Trying to guess. Fawn actually did have pretty good numbers, like even before the farewell stream. Like she was actually in like top half of Hololive, even though like sub count she's like bottom half. I did see that, but like yeah, But even then, like, Picora and Miko had like a big event, right? As well. Hololive had the like 3rd anniversary HoloX thing, which was Chloe's last thing, so I'm sure also that was bound to get a lot. Grant the 24-hour thing. Toa had the New Year's thing. Subaru was probably a part of that. I don't know what Polka's is because I can't read kanji. Or even really know what's going on with that one. Marine seems like, yeah, it was like the actual like one that wasn't like super huge. I think I had Suisei with it. Or Okayu, because Okayu seemed like it was just a collab. So Okayu had 88,000, Marine had 100,000. Because I'm going more off of like normal streams. Obviously like those events and stuff are gonna have more viewers. I want more like average. Which yeah, I think 88,000, 100,000. So like even then, like it's been like, but like not many I think is accurate. Like even though people crap on her for like for that, like I think it's still accurate that not many hit that, because even with Hololive, right? And even if you look at JP, there's only a few of them that do that. Because Mio had so much because it was an outfit reveal, 84,000. So like yeah, I think what Pokemon said isn't that outrageous. But I mean, again, like I'd have to see an average stream because this is their best stream. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. Like, yeah, I don't think it's that crazy. Because she said not many. So, like, there's still some that do it. Like, that's the other thing about just, like, crapping on her for being like, oh, yeah, VTubers do it. It's like, yeah, she said not many. It means some still do. Like, she didn't just say none do. She said not many. And then everybody just crapped on her then. Like, that's crazy. Just because people don't understand what not many means. And like, yeah, if you want to look at like, oh, if we go like ratios, then yeah, sure, whatever. But like, it still isn't many. And this is like, yeah, it hit the highest number of concurrent viewers in 2025. This is literally what this title is. This is like their highest peaks. And yes, like 10 of them would have hit that, but first of all, 2 of these were leaving streams, so they're not going to be there. And then like 3 of these were like huge events. Right, that had like a bunch of other members a part of it too, right? So like, yeah, of course it's gonna actually like 4 of these were like big events. So like, yeah, of course. Subaru's might have actually been like her announcement that she was taking a break, because I think that was in January. That might be what this one is. And then people coming in to like give her support. Like, yeah, if I'm looking at like what the ones seem like that were like collabs or just like regular streams, it's like Marine with 100,000 and Okayu with 88,000, because I assume these are in thousands. I wish they just put the K, man. Like, why are they just like, they're just the numbers. Like, I guess I can just show it, but it's just like, it's just the numbers. They don't have like K next to it or anything. It's just number. Like, it would make it so much easier. But yeah, I think what Pokemon says isn't that outlandish. Like, and again, it's like a whatever statement to begin with. Like, it's not a statement she should have been crapped on for at all. Like, she wasn't crapping on men. Like, it's stupid. It's really dumb to me that, like, people were crapping on her for that. Because, like, even reading that headline, I'm just like, all right. Like, why did people take such offense to it? And just be like, oh, she's freaking baiting for it again. Because if anything, like, the headline is what is baiting for clicks, right? Like, that's the head, like, the freaking people that tweeted it, right? That's on them. Like, it's not Pokemon trying to, like, gain clout or whatever. Like, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, another thing also, if you look at, like, most viewed VTuber clips, it's always about sus things. Because the one about Flala freaking out about dating your sister is wrong, it has 232,000 views in the first day. If I go to Revis's other stuff, his most popular one is, Bay just casually holds Crony's hand and is caught her off guard. That's 1 million. Full Milk opens Polka Stream at the worst time possible. That's 700,000, right? So, like, you can't really just, and then Matsuri being weird. This one also. Also this one. Right? Like, you can't really look at it. Like, sure, there's some that, yeah, like, this is Jadon My Soul. But, like, yeah, if you look at this clip, why do you think this one has such high views? You know? You also got to think about that. Like, why do some of these clips have so many views, you know? And it's an important thing to keep in mind. Like, you can't use the whole, like, not act like VTuber fans are also weird, you know? And may sometimes also just, like, are there for the weird stuff. Like, you can't ignore that. You can't just act like, oh yeah, we're completely pure, right? Like, there is some truth to the weirdness of the community sometimes, right? So again, like, I feel like you can't use this stuff against Pokemon, like, especially, like, to the VTuber community, like, and I think that's why, like, it's just a back and forth and just, like, it's just two people on completely opposite ends of the spectrum, but, like, in reality, you're just getting nowhere. Because, like, both sides do the things. So, yeah, you're just going back and forth and bickering and getting nowhere. And also just, like, being really weird about it and just like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna leak this person's face and just say that they're ugly. Which also is, like, why? That's not what a rational person would do. It's just, like, it's insane. It really is. Yeah. Thanks to what I want to talk about. I actually really have to use the bathroom, and I don't think I'll have anything else to talk about, so I'm gonna bounce here. He still hasn't answered me. God dang it. It's been an hour, man. Why didn't you answer me? Another thing is, like, the main thing when people talk about with Noelle is her boobs. Right? That's the main thing people talk about with Noelle. Is her big old boobs. So, like, that's the thing also, VTubers have that same issue of, like, their looks, even, like, in character. Because, yeah, when you think of Noelle, you think of her big boobs. Like, at least most people do. When you think of Maureen, you think of her lewdness. If you think of Nene, you think of her also lewdness and just generally, like, kind of a gremlin, but, like, what is it I'm thinking of? It's not like, it's like a juvenile. I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess, like, childish. Yeah, you also can't really do that because VTubers have that same exact issue. Like, you're just doing the same thing. Like, if you're complaining about, like, oh, like, the perception of people, you're doing the same thing, right? Like, if you're complaining about, like, Gura being a lolly or whatever, and like, no, there's more to her, you're doing the same thing with Pokemon by doing that chart. The exact same thing. You're doing the thing you hate doing. So, yeah. There's also a bit of a hypocrisy there. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get out of here, because I really gotta use the bathroom. And I guess I can just use it and see if there's anything left. So actually, yeah, I guess I'll do that. Be right back. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to say. Because that's another thing too. It's like walking in the bathroom, right? Like you just kind of forget, you know, what you're talking about. That's another thing. Oh boy, Mr. Beast trending. You just okay. There's a Mr. Beast thing at the All-Star Weekend. Interesting. It's in and hip with the kids, dude. What about the fact that the guy just had a huge thing hold on him? I mean, it didn't. His view counts were probably like insane still. Because the thing also with like right wingers and stuff, like it doesn't matter. Yep, he still gets like 100 million. Yep. All right. Cool. That's the thing though, that dude is such a slave to the algorithm, right? Like I don't think he'll ever, like, not only just because he's way up there, right? But also because like he's always just gonna do what the algorithm wants, right? Like he's always gonna do that. So even if he gets canceled like 5 times, right? Like he would lose like 20 million every time, right? Like he would just get new people. Listen, time calls for him to do freaking like right-wing grifter stuff. He'd do it. And next Taku's apparently doing that. Which, yeah, I got weird vibes from him, like, anytime I saw what he was doing, I was like, yeah, that doesn't seem very cool. And yeah, he was a right-wing grifter. Because my suspicions were on him. I think it's like the stuff he would just do initially was like, it was so weird. Like, I didn't get it. Like, how are they fun? Like, it seemed like they were like pranks, right? But like, I feel like, honestly, like the only people who enjoy prank stuff on, like, and that kind of stuff is like right wingers. Like, I really don't think the average like normal person like enjoys that stuff because like, yeah, especially on like the kick streams and stuff. Like, you're just being a jerk for no reason. Like, oh, it's funny. Like, no, it's not. You're just being a douchebag. It's the same thing when you say something racist and you're like, oh, it's a joke, though. It's like, no, you're just being racist. Stop. It's not funny. Saying that you thought Indian and Mexican culture is the same thing is not funny. That's just racist. Like, it's not even clever. It's just racist. Which, yes, that did happen to me in like a freaking like computer programming class. Someone said that. It's like, that's just racist, dude. That's not even funny. So stupid. I hate living in a rural area. It's just when you think you can live with normal people out there, nope. You're in a rural area now, buddy. They have just as insane tanks. Aha, because they're all Trump supporters, because they were indoctrinated by their parents. Yay. Yeah, God. Like, yeah, it's just so funny that, like, that one dude's just like, oh yeah, Pokimane calls for radical stuff such as inclusivity and social justice. Like, bro, I think Gura would do the same thing. And I'm pretty sure a lot of VTubers have done the same thing. You can't use that. Like, that's, again, you can't use that. It's so stupid. Like, there's literally a clip of like Kanata, I think at least being open to the idea of like multiple genders, like non-binary, right? Like there was literally a clip of that, and like that's a Japanese person too, right? Like that's not even, they like recently legalized gay marriage, right? Like they're still a little bit behind us as far as like gender rights go. I think they're still fighting for LGBTQ rights. I mean, we are too, but yeah, like that was them having that clip and someone in the corp saying that. Because that's another thing too, like all of them have said like how kind everyone is, and like the thing is, you're not typically a kind person and also have the beliefs of like a right-winger. Typically people who have beliefs of right-wing policy are douchebags. Or just like, yeah, misled people, like indoctrinate people, because like again, yeah, people can still have that, but I think typically people who are like naturally nice but have those opinions, like they're indoctrinated. Because like my mom has a coworker, one of her coworkers said like, oh yeah, helping people makes me feel good or something like that, like I live off of helping people. And it's like, yeah, no, I think that person was just indoctrinated, because I think they were like 23 or something like that, right? So I think they were just indoctrinated, right, into believing the ideology that they believe in of Trump supporter. Yeah. Yeah, because I was just gonna rant about algorithms, honestly, today. Then that Garrett thing popped off even more, like the Garrett Pokemon stuff. It's like, I still feel like what she says isn't that outlandish. Because again, if you just take not many, like she's not saying that like, oh yeah, no, it's just not possible or anything, right? Like there's zero. She said that many. And again, even then, like when I was looking at the view counts, it's only like the top 10 and they were all in JP. Even you go in the EN sphere, like maybe Gura hits it, which like people were bringing up, but like that's it. Gura's the only one. And if you look at Twitch in general, VTubers are way lower than Kai and Speed. I don't know how much Speed gets, because again, I never recommended Speed. But I assume Speed is probably around the same if they were talking about it. Is he the one with all the letters, or is he... Yeah, no, okay, that's just extra Speed. Oh, he doesn't say it was VODs, okay. So I wanted to see his view counts, but he doesn't say it was VODs. Never mind. Like, yeah, I think, again, maybe the only person on Twitch that could rival as far as view counts go is Iron Mouse. Because I think people also, like, they will talk about, oh yeah, VTubing is so big and all that, but like, also, yeah, it's still kind of in its own bubble. It really still is. Because I think when people bring up like, oh wow, like, you gotta remember it's JP, right? That are the most viewed. So like, you still gotta remember that. Like, most of the Western world, like, I think still doesn't really grasp the idea of VTubers yet. And like, yeah, they've been around for like 5 years now, you know? So like, at least in the West, like, prominently. And so like, yeah, you would think they've been around for like, and feel established, but they really still haven't. They still feel very small. Because again, Gura's the most sub 2 person. She only has 4.5 mil subs, which is a lot, but if you compare it to other YouTubers, it's not that much. Again, there's probably several 10 million sub channels you probably never heard of. And it would apply also to VTubers. You see, I think it's another important thing to keep in mind about the whole like thing as well with the streaming. Is that like it's still really, because yeah, if you compare the Kai numbers to like VTuber numbers, again, maybe like minus Iron Mouse, I don't know how much she gets. Like it's still a lot smaller than like Kai. I am curious though if Pokemon actually does get more, because I saw her freaking like VOD view numbers. So even like Pokemon might get more on Twitch, dude. Like most of those VTubers do. Because yeah, if you want to bring up VTubers, like again, you have to remember that like it's JP. Also, it's YouTube, so naturally they're gonna have more viewers. Like if Kai went to YouTube, he'd probably have so many. Like he would have so much more. Like it almost feels like he would like double it, honestly. Like that feels like how much more people there are on YouTube than there are Twitch. Like it feels like he would just double it. Like maybe, can I look at Ludwig? Is Ludwig streaming? Because Ludwig might be a good thing to look at with this. Ludwig's not streaming, but does get a decent amount of views. I think it is still smaller, but yeah. Oh yeah, also like Pokemon and Ludwig literally had a stream as well. I can see how much Kyle's getting now because Kyle's streaming. Kyla gets 6,000. Yeah, okay. And that's with Minecraft too, which I assume Kyle would probably get the most on because Kyle is known for Minecraft. So yeah. I just think like even like looking at it, Pokemon still has a point. Because even then, like I feel like Pokemon's still more mainstream as well than VTubers. Like if you were to honestly like look at like Pokemon or Galgura, what gets recognized more? In Japan, probably Gura, right? But in the West, I don't know. I think Pokemon would still get recognized more in the West. And you gotta keep that in mind. I think it does still bring up good discussion on this end, right? Just to remind people, like, yeah, VTubers are big in Japan. In Japan, they're huge. In the West, though, if you were to take, like, a mainstream, like, big streamer in the West, right? Like, yeah, people are gonna recognize them. And, like, not really recognize VTubers as much. In fact, when people were going to the Dodgers game, I remember hearing like parents just thought, oh, it was for children. It was for the kids, you know? That's what this was for. A lot of them didn't know, right? Now, I think that Dodgers game had a lot of attendance from Hololive fans, but like, it's still a small group. Like, yeah, we'll still sell out stuff, right? But like, that's because these people are so dedicated. I don't think it's necessarily due to the size, it's because these fans are so dedicated. It's what I bring up sometimes of like, going full-time in streaming fully depend, like, there's no that number, right, of like viewers or like subs, right, that you need to go full-time, right? It's entirely based off of how generous the people are watching you, like how generous they are. So like, yeah, if you have like one person that's super generous, you may only need like 20 viewers, right? But if you, it's like a little group effort, you know, and like some people pitch in every once in a while, right? Like it's gonna be higher, it might be like 100 views, right? Like it's entirely fluid. So like that's an important thing to keep in mind. Like, yeah, if you were to take the average American, right, and you show them Pokimane or Galgura, I think more often than not, people are gonna recognize like Pokimane more, at least know Pokimane's name more. They might recognize Gura like looking at her, right? But I don't know if they'll remember her name. With Pokimane, I think they will remember her name. So I think that's also more important to look at. Because yeah, again, like in Japan, they're huge, right? They're massive. Like, yeah, they're getting those huge view counts. They're massive. Yeah, if you look at, you know, in America, in like Canada, like, yeah, no, it's still, because I think Pokimane's also Canadian too. So like if you look at American Canada, like, yeah, I think Pokimane would be recognized more. I think Ludwig would be recognized more, right? Hassan would be, right? It would be, all these people would be recognized more. Like even before I was in the rabbit hole, like, yeah, I would recognize Pokimane and all that stuff too. Now it could be, is it that I was like already primed to those people because of who I watched? Maybe. But like, I think what Pokimane said had some merit to it, and people just crapped on it instantly, right? I don't think the whole, and it might have just been the poster, right? It might not have been what she said, but I do think it became more male-centric is false. Although I don't know how you could really prove that, because you're looking at like the top, right? You're looking at like the super top of the top. At least the quote, that's what the quote was using. Like the people like took the quote and inferred that. If that's what you're using to like base off of like how it's becoming more male centric, like I don't think that's how you do it. I'm gonna be honest. I think you'd look at like more towards the bottom, right? And like you get more of a general range of like people who get like a number of viewers, right? That like they can make it a job, right? That's probably more a way to look at it, like maybe like 60 viewers, something like that. 60 viewers up, like the freaking old gender ratio on that. That's probably a better way to look at it than be like, oh, the top of the top, right? Like I don't know if that's the best way to measure it. But you see what I'm doing though, where I'm taking this statement, right, and I'm like not being a freaking weirdo about it. And just like freaking out about it and being super emotional. I'm like thinking about it, I'm processing it, you know? I'm not just like giving my first take and just moving on, rage baiting and moving on. It's what you should do, probably. Yeah. I think I've mostly said my piece on that. Again, I thought I was really gonna like play a thing, but that happened. So yeah. It's just like so stupid. And like I probably shouldn't have spent an hour and a half on it, right? Because it was something that has like very few posts, and again, like there was 4,000 impressions on it. And it only got like 6,000 posts out of it, right? So like it wasn't crazy. Like I probably didn't need to like give my own 2 cents on it. It's just like it just broke me so much. Like it just blows my mind so much of like how you know, just how, why are we like this, you know? Why don't we think straight a little bit more, you know? I don't get it. Honestly, I want to keep going though and just like move on from this, but it's like 9:30. Like, I do have tomorrow off, but like also I should probably fix my sleep schedule. Well, I don't think I'd do that even if I did this anyway. So, like, I don't know. Oh yeah, also if you look at chats, also they go for like the most like suggestive thing also. Like even like to the point where like Bibu was upset about it. Well, I say like oh, Bibu is the one, like, oh, and she's like, oh, that, like, no. But I'm just saying like Bibu called attention to it, of how chat acts. Which is like, yeah, they always take it in the worst way possible. In Nag's chat, who do VTuber watchings, like, they take it in the worst way possible, right? So, like, yeah. I feel like you can't feign innocence here. You also have to take accountability for your audience as well as calling out the... If you're calling out the worst of another person's audience, you gotta take accountability for the worst of your audience. Which, again, I think you're comparing VTubers to Pokimane. They're pretty similar. Because, like, the things are, like, being thrown around and whatnot, like, yeah, they both have the same problem. It's the same thing that could be said for either one. And, like, yeah, I guess you could be like, oh, well, I'm talking about girls specifically. But it's like, again, I feel like that's the wrong thing to do. Because I feel like most fans of Gura are fans of other VTubers, right? They're not just Gura fans, they're fans of other VTubers. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that is the case, like, generally. So yeah, you have to like extend it out, I feel like, to VTuber fans. Yeah. But yeah, Gura could maybe be the one that takes you down the rabbit hole. Me, I think it was actually... Oh no, it was Numi. I was talking about that. But I was thinking of like Hololive in general. It was Bae, actually. It was the clip where her chat kept calling her out for touching her lip. Because I watched like the ones where Callie interacted with Advent, like Bibu and Womoko. Some of those clips, right? But then I like went back to watching like Neuro clips. And then yeah, that like Bae clip I think was the first one I can at least remember watching. And then just falling down from there. Into the Hololive rabbit hole anyway. And I've like really never looked back. I saw like a few stuff from like the Neuro like subathon, but that was about it. I mean, also I think Vettel has talked about it too, but like, I mean, it's kind of, I guess it's neat that like Fillion will bring on Neuro, but like, yeah, she really does not set up stuff that is meant for AI at all. So you're like, oh, let's see this crazy AI and like how it works, and then like, yeah, no, it just doesn't work because it's not made for it. Like, she's at least not advanced enough anyway to like be made, like be put into stuff, you know. And so like she struggles and does really bad. I mean, maybe that's part of the comedy of it, but it's just like, I don't know. I also just have never really been a fan of Fillion's. Because Fillion's the whole, like, scream a bunch. At least in her clips. Like, the clips that have been shown, I feel like. And also, she's the one that always just says your mom and stuff like in these nuts. Which it's like, yeah, it's funny sometimes, but, like, not when you do it every 5 seconds. You know, you gotta space them out. That is one where I'm like, yeah, you gotta space out that joke, man. I do think sometimes with me and Gigi, it's that case where like, I'm like, all right, these jokes are happening way too often. Like maybe give it like a week or something like that, then go back to it, man. I was just constantly seeing clips of stuff and it's like, okay, can we like chill out? Yeah. Chibi's another one that's like that too. Like, I'm just not a huge fan of that kind of stuff. like the gremlin to the max kind of things. I think Gigi is like the closest of one that I'm actually a fan of. What's also funny too, because Gigi can sometimes just say like the most like smart, like neutral, or not neutral, but like makes sense. What is the thing I'm trying to think of? It's like smart, right? She can just say like the most smart thing and then just go back to whatever she was doing, like the most wise thing. Just go right back to what she was doing. Wise words of wisdom. Like, yeah, she thought about like how trolls, like if you just constantly are trolling, like yeah, people won't like you. Like you gotta space out the trolling. If you just constantly troll, then like yeah, people won't like you. I guess unless, yeah, it's like a chat full of trolls. And I think it can be hard for like clip watchers because like often that does happen, right? It's like chat trolling the person, right? So like I think like clip watchers gives them an impression of like, oh yeah, just do that all the time. But like, yeah, no, it's like the reason why they're clips is like because they don't happen that often. So yeah, I think it's also kind of easy to forget that. Yeah, if anything, like I just want to join cover and just like, hey, all the serious clips, clip them. Me talking about serious stuff, clip that. My problem is I'd be under Holostars, so nobody would watch me, but just like, hey, the serious stuff, learn some critical thinking, clip that stuff. Clip it. Like, yeah, you really just need to stop, process, think, you know, and then give your opinion. And then the world would be so much nicer, you know? It's crazy how that works. If we didn't just like pit like one, it was your side or this side, right? Like one side or the other, you know? If we just didn't do that, the world would be so much more calm. Because like even as leftists, right? They really just pin the blame on the establishment and like corporations, rich people. That's like all they do. And fascists. It's like, well, I guess they do pin the blame on a lot of people. It's like, I never pin the blame on like individual people, right? It's like, I think even like that kind of blaming, I don't think it can get too out of hand. I think it can sometimes. Because now I'm thinking about like the whole China case. Like with Hololive in China. Because I think that was one where like those antis just were having a lack of critical thinking there, man. Like I've thought about it like several times in the past like week or so. Like it still baffles me that like it turns out like that. And like just reading how like, oh yeah, China's been shown to have like higher like critical thinking than like most countries. Like it kind of baffles me. Maybe because like in China, like people are more politically active, whereas in the West that doesn't really happen. Like yeah, I don't know. It's just an odd thing, and like I'd like to see him like repair relations with China, and like I think they're doing a little bit. Like some Chinese devs, I think, have reached out to him, but and like they're doing something like Hong Kong, but I mean, obviously, Hong Kong's like kind of its own thing compared to China, even though it's still part of China. But yeah, it is weird. I'd really have to learn the Chinese perspective on it. I feel like to truly like understand, which is what you should do before you just like do stuff. Because I think another reason why I'd want Hololive like Chinese relationships to like improve is because I feel like another byproduct of it is like Hololive fans just become xenophobic, and it's like I don't want that. I want people to accept all cultures. Well, yeah, and again, like also, because apparently there was another thing where I think it was Nene's outfit they changed because it was more of a call to Chinese culture. And like yeah, they kind of wanted to steer away from that, and like yeah, I want them to do that stuff, dude. Like yeah, I think it's kind of silly. You know, It's like I want those relationships to be repaired, those bridges to be repaired. But yeah, I think you truly would just have to understand the Chinese perspective, which again, in America, yeah, we're not getting that. And probably Japan also. It's just like, yeah, it just brings xenophobia and like it's an entertainment thing, you know? Like it's not that serious. I mean, truly, America really shouldn't even be involved with it, but because I think that's the only reason Taiwan has stayed around as long as it has, because America's just been involved in that area. They've been involved everywhere, but America just kind of like left, you know, just word to themselves. I think Taiwan even be around that long. I'd be surprised if they're ongoing like the same stuff we are, you know, or like maybe we're going towards that direction, right? Yeah, let me look at the political parties in Taiwan. They're probably very right wing. I guess the leading one is Democratic Progressive Party. Yeah, and then also the Chinese Nationalist Party. Which, yeah, that is the original, like, Chiang Kai-shek. Yeah, I think that's the name, Chiang Kai-shek. I believe so. But yeah. The Labour Party is one country, two systems. But yeah. Chiang Kai-shek. That was his name. Oh yeah, they are progressive, but they just are tiny Taiwanese nationalism. Okay, so Taiwanese nationalists only want an independent Taiwanese identity. That's it. They just want to like be unique and like have a culture that sets them apart, but they don't have to be like Taiwan, right? They don't have to be an independent Republic of Taiwan. Yeah. Yeah, because even the Taiwanese Communist Party was Taiwanese nationalist. So yeah, I think I wonder how they go about that then. Just like I assume it would just be a lot of diplomacy, right? Because like yeah, they just want to be like distinguished, right? Like you can be like, oh, this is Taiwan, right? But it seems like they wouldn't be entirely against like being considered Chinese, like under China, but they also want to be like Taiwanese. Like I think it might be the same way of Hong Kong. I don't know how people of Hong Kong feel, but Yeah, I think I just need to see both sides of this, right? Like Taiwanese nationalism, what it actually like represents. And like get into that more. Be funny though if I'd have to like go through all that with like if I joined Hololive, just be like, yeah, let me study this real quick. Hey, maybe if they have a thing like Taipei or something like that, I can learn more about it. Although I'd have to probably learn like what do they speak? I don't think it's Mandarin, but let me look that up. Taiwan language. I think actually it's different. It's not like Wu or anything. I think it's oh, it is Mandarin. Okay. It also says yeah, there's Taiwanese, which also sounds as different. The AI just said it was Mandarin, but like that's the official language, but Taiwanese Mandarin. Yeah, but then it says it's a different language, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Definitely something you have to see both sides of. I do think there would probably be a Taiwanese person watching, right? Like that would be able to clue me in on that stuff. It's just yeah, the Chinese part would be a little hard. I mean, I think there are still like still a Chinese audience in there, right? It's just I don't know if they'd be watching that particular thing, but like yeah, I'd definitely want to be willing to see both perspectives, right? Because that's obviously the best way of resolving something is if you know the perspective of both sides. You kind of can know where to go from there, right? Um, but yeah, I think I just have to do that before something else happens. Ugh, that was a burp. Burped up some rice. Yeah, play this is the Narissa Muna song. I didn't even realize like I guess Muna was like waiting on making like 10 songs before she made an album. That's kind of neat that she finally got one. Even though like Narissa made one in her first year, but that was also 4 songs at the same time. Well, actually not at the same time, because Say My Name I think was like a month before, something like that. Right, because didn't she announce it in her 3D reveal, the album? It was something like that. So like, yeah, I think Say My Name was like a month or 2 before that. I think one of those songs still doesn't have an MV though, which is kind of surprising. The other 3 did. Sweet Scarlet and In My Feelings did. Yeah, that 4th one didn't. I do feel like though a lot of times when this stuff comes out, because I'm going back to the Gurren Pokemon stuff, it's just got on my mind again. I think like it really just like all the worst people, right? Like all the huge antis just really show out, because like yeah they can, right? It's like oh like I'll have a good time to actually seem normal, right? And not just be a hater, and then Like, let me just get the opportunity to hate on these people. Really, also like when the Emile, Lady Emily stuff happened, John was like pointing out that like a lot of people were like super homophobic during it. Like a lot of the community was. I didn't see it personally, but yeah, it just sucks that like the worst people just come out, right? During those times, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, there's really much you can do about it. Is it like a Holocure game? Cause like I'm staring at Civ right now. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna do a Civ game or like anything in it unless I want to be like 6 hours in before. But I don't think I'd let that slide. Maybe like a Holocure game or 2 or something like that. I could do. Because there are achievements, at least in the game, for winning as every person. I could like start doing that. Because I mean, I think I'm at the point in level 1 I can just do that in level 1 and be fine. Which I guess also like not leveling up your main weapon probably isn't that bad if you just go to the first stage and like have all the buffs. It's probably not that bad. Yeah, I could try Sora again actually. Because Sora, I think I just played like real bad, and I played it so poorly. Yeah, I think I will Holocure again. You know what? I want to listen to the sick jams though. I do like how it says 20XX also. Oh god. I do think what like the intro says like is true, you know? I mean, and also the whole like taking them over part, manipulating them. That also feels very true. Also, I don't know why this isn't full screen for me, but I forgot to do that again. Do it every time. There. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Oh, it's like it's not in full screen for some reason. Hang on. Let me get a controller. Yeah, I'll just do a Sora because I tried it and I failed, but Sora's weapon's pretty good. I also just played very poorly. Yeah. Actually, I don't know why I did this when I felt like I had to use the bathroom. This was a mistake. I don't have any healing items. I should probably be very careful about this. Give me that. Yeah, it's the first time I get the bomb. Oh, the rainbow actually looks really cool, Sora's thing. I don't want the bomb anymore, man. It was just kind of given to me. I'm just entirely vibing. You know? Just entirely. Actually, I might just play this one game now I'm thinking about it. Alright, well that's a bot. In a minute since I've had a bot. It's like chat anyway. Ow. I guess I could have done the one where I don't use my special at all, but I'll just do that later. I'm gonna get the freaking BL cooking one. I don't want that. I want the water one because that one's much better. I mean, it's the lava bucket I was actually thinking of. I think it was that, actually. Singing the wrong thing. Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom real bad now. That's a mistake. I was really happy for that one, like when I looked over and saw there was a chat message and then it was a bot, and I was like, oh man. Oh, the X in the BO books will work. Ah, shoot. Well, I guess I have the X now. What do I do with the hammer? Wasn't there an achievement associated with this? What does the hammer do? I thought there was an achievement associated with this. Ow. Yeah, this is how I'm feeling right now. That freaking hour of a full bladder is gonna kill me. Oh god. They only have 2 viewers, so I assume it's with that bot. Oh, I'm almost dead. All right. Oh, I guess I hit replay. I did not want to do that. I just hit the enter bar next to it. Hang on. There we go. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here because I really gotta. I use the bathroom. Yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, yeah. I'll see you maybe Monday. We'll see. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you then. So, goodbye.